And some numbers to back up what he's saying. The Nets have used 31 different starting lineups, Jim. And in their 57 games prior to tonight, 18 different starters. They have just had no continuity. And some numbers to back up what he's saying. The Nets have used 31 different starting lineups, Jim. And in their 57 games prior to tonight, 18 different starters. They have just had no continuity. And in their 57 games prior to tonight, 18 different starters. They have just had no continuity. Inside scoring is Willie in on Gomez.
Yes, getting down a little early, that's okay, but the slow starts do concern you because now it becomes part of your DNA and a habit. And now you're forced to have to, the other 3 quarters, expend a lot more energy to get yourselves back in the game.
Kyrie Irving back on the floor. That pass from Johnson a little hot. And a turnover for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving back on the floor. That pass from Johnson a little hot. And a turnover for Brooklyn. Here's Kyra Lewis for 3, and it's good.
So you're going to have some issues that time in regards to consistent play and consistency all the way around when you have that many young players inside. But when you have a young player like Zion Williams, sometimes you just give him the ball to get out the way.
That gives him 2.5 assists a game. Blake Griffin. Nice rotational piece. And good ball movement inside. That was an excellent pass from Naji Marshall.
Is it just me?
No, you don't have to carry the burden. I think it depends on what side of the fence you're listening to those comments. I think folks in Detroit and around the league.
Donning the Brooklyn uniform the last 9 games, averaging about 13 points a game. But you can rely on him offensively and defensively, just like you can rely on Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, he's a good player. You know, we have had a few Pelicans games this year. And it is interesting to see Stan Van Gundy's rotations, who gets the minutes, who he sticks with. Another chance for Brooklyn. Luau Cabarrot runs into a double team. There's Green wide open again. 3-pointer short, as he does so often. Taps it to a teammate. This time Naji Marshall. Marshall's been excellent for them, an undrafted player, and counted and 1 for Naji Marshall.
He has size to defend multiple positions at 6'7", the quickness and the ability to put the ball in the basket as well.
He's the only player in Nets history to make 153s in 3 straight years. Harris knocking down his first 3. Ingram answers with a dunk on the other. Ingram with Kyrie on him. Duke on Duke. There goes Marshall now. And Marshall, a little line drive. Adams tried to keep it alive. Well, the mismatch here. Steven Adams ends up on Kyrie Irving. That is an uncomfortable spot for Adams, and Irving will settle for the 3.
That time the Brooklyn Nets wanted a little travel by Aaron Gomez. Shot clock under 8. Naji Marshall.
The project continues, and Zion continues to impress you. You hear how vocal he is.
Good shot, Blair. 5-0. Come on, Billy. Good cut.
Say earlier today, he has not been pleased with himself as a coach, as far as holding his players accountable and the lack of practice time, as Adam scores it inside. 10 times this year, Kyrie Irving has scored 35 or more points. He's had a good game, 15 points, 7 rebounds. Harden out indefinitely after a setback with the hamstring injury yesterday.
And did that on the back end. What we're seeing now begin to cause some of these hamstring issues. This thought process that I have.
Well, he's got 20 points in the paint of his 22 tonight. And ends up in the hands of Marshall. Oh, tough score right there for Naji Marshall. 1.2 seconds left in this third, and Marshall unable to hit the first one. Ty Shamit, Jimmy's really expanded his game, and Steve Nash talking to us about him prior to tonight. Was a point guard at Wichita State, ran the point. Look at Williamson with a follow on a free throw. A breakdown by the Nets, and Zion Williamson.
You know, to get back in it, but our defense was not what it needed to be effort-wise, starting in transition, getting into the rotation.
In the middle of the lane, how about the pass by Blake Griffin? We talked about his playmaking ability on display on that last play. And those are the kind of effort plays that you need when you're talking about pursuing a championship.
Luawu-Cabarrot, and the Nets win the tip. Luawu-Cabarrot cashes in a three.
Trouble in New Orleans. What a beautiful play.
Griffin spins free, kicks out. Shamet off on a three, and the rebound secured by Marshall.
Here goes Zion again, gives it up. Kyra Lewis now gets to the middle, nothing there for him. Marshall taking on Brown, a spin. Oh, how tasty was that? 27 tonight for Zion. In and out it goes. Marshall with a rebound, one and done for Brooklyn. Nets had a 12-point lead in this second half, and Marshall comes up short. After the Nets, 9 of their final 14 games are on the road as they try to chase down San Antonio, right now in the 11th spot. Up ahead in transition, Marshall is fouled. Kyrie Irving with the foul is going to send Marshall to the line. Joe Harris, Marshall's on him. Good defense. Harris looking for help. Late clock. Jeff Green's got to put one up. Tough shot over Zion. No. Nice stand by the Pelicans.
Forced a tough jump shot that time by Jeff Green and finished the defense by with the rebound.
Missed opportunity. Marshall couldn't hit the corner three. Pelicans still have one timeout left. It's going to be Marshall now for three. Never really got a handle. Offensive board. Kyra Lewis for three. And a big hit for Kyra Lewis.